Mum, am I adopted?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, No Secret was inspired off of a multitude of things, most notably games like Alter Ego and also some other games that have very similar like mechanics. Games like, I don't know, just other choice-based games that you can probably think of. And it also was inspired by some other games, like a lot of the PopCap games inspired this. A couple of older games like Final Fantasy VII. There's also Bookworm Adventures inspired this, and it's just a variety of games that inspired this one. And my goal with the game was to try to make something that was kind of held some classic gameplay thrown in with some story elements, all just a bunch of mini games combined into one game, and a casual game that you can sit back and enjoy whenever you wanted to, basically. So that's kind of what inspired No Secret was a multitude of things, and I just kind of pieced it together how I thought it would fit. So No Secret in a nutshell is about that you are in this world with three characters, names being Kyle, Nora, and Nigel, and your goal is to save Kyle from Nigel's harm, and you are guided with Nora along the way, and you two both are trying to save Kyle, and you do that by solving the puzzles and the mini games and everything through the areas and the levels, and it's just really fun, and I'm really looking forward to getting to making more of the replayability type of stuff with it. So I began working on No Secret on September 9th, 2020. That was the exact day that I made my very first iteration of the project, and in January, in fact it was January the 2nd of this year, was when I abandoned that old version and decided to rebuild it from the ground up for optimization purposes, because I made a lot of stupid design choices with the old version, so I felt it right to start a new project of the same game and just make it function and be better and make it a lot more memory efficient, so it's not so laggy on your computer and everything. So I think it is very much so an improvement over the old one, and it's coming along really well. my favorite thing to work on with the game has been the area maps, probably, because it's so fun to me to design things like that, like a level select screen. That's basically what the area maps are the level select screens. And I really like to get creative with the backgrounds, and I think that I really enjoy doing it because it's so fun to me to make things like that. And I also enjoy making some of the mini games as well that are in the game. Like, for example, Hit the Boxes. There's a link to the post in the description for all the videos. You can find more info about it there. But like, Hit the Boxes was a blast to work on, albeit it was a pain in the behind to get the spawning to work. But it was a really fun thing to work on, and I guess I can safely say the entire project has been really fun to work on. I've loved every second of it, and I will continue loving every second of it because I'm working with characters and I'm working with elements that I have dreamed of working with. So I'm really excited when I finally am able to finish this game and get it out to you wonderful people. So definitely stay tuned for it, and I'm having a blast making it, so you can be assured that I'm putting all my heart and soul into it. So, do I plan on making things that are related to the game in the future? Absolutely, I totally plan to. In fact, I've got a side project right now called So Far Away, a Metroidvania type of game that uses these exact same characters, albeit in a little bit of a different world and a little bit of a different gameplay style. But I do think that it will be really cool to actually have an action type game that goes alongside with this. But as far as actual content for No Secret goes, I plan to expand on it more even when the game is completely finished, because I think No Secret and the amount of replayability it's going to have is going to be, like, pretty decent, so I hope to make that come across really well. And as far as continuing to support updates for the game and, like, maybe adding more extra story content after the game comes out, I'm totally seeing it as a possibility in the foreseeable future. So I definitely think that you will see more updates for it. And yes, I absolutely do plan to make more things related to the game in the future. It's so much fun working with these characters, and I'm so glad that I have made them. And yeah, because in my personal opinion, I think working with teenage age characters are a lot more fun than working with, like, adult age characters, because they just, I don't know, they just feel more fun to work with to me. I'm not sure why I feel that way, but it's just an oddity that came about me all of a sudden, and I think it's just cool that I finally have a set of characters that I really enjoy working with. So, but long story short, yes, do expect to see more things related to No Secret in the future, even after the game is finished and released. So, just generally talking about the game a little bit, obviously No Secret is a choice-based, casual game. It's not exactly point-and-click, but it is mostly point-and-click. It's, very rarely do you have to use the keyboard, for some of the mini-games, or you'll typically be using your mouse to, like, navigate around the game and stuff. But, as you go through it, the, story will change based on your choices, and it's the way that they're handled is you got the bad ending, you got a neutral ending, and a good ending. And I'm not going to spoil anything about, like, how to get those, because I want you to be able to experience it. But rest assured that there is quite a bit of replayability involved with this. So, you know, just this game is a very casual type of game. There's not a whole lot of action in it, so if that's a turn-off for you, then I'm sorry. But and another disclaimer I think I'll give right here, just because, I mean, I'm talking about the game, so I may as well put this here. No Secret is not a cheerful and happy game, and it isn't meant to be. And you can probably tell by like the speed paint going in the background that it's you have a rather sad looking Kyle. So it's No Secret isn't the most cheerful and happy game ever. It does have dark and dire moments in it. So and it has a lot of Kyle downing himself. So just know that it's a very very sad game in some parts. But it's like I said, it is a casual game, and it's not meant to be taken with a, it's not meant to be, like, played hardcore. I mean, you can play it hardcore if you want. Hell, speedrun it if you want. I don't really care. But, yeah, it's kind of it's a balance between, you know, there's a certain chill factor about it, while there's also being a certain, you know, a certain level of difficulty, and, you know, it makes you think a little bit, so... yeah, it's kind of basically long in the TLDR of this is basically, you know, it's a casual game, but it does have like a dark black and white sad atmosphere to it. So yeah, that's kind of my brief little rundown of what the game is. As far as social links go, to keep up to date on the game and its development, my channel is a good place to start because I occasionally post updates about it there. I've also made an entire playlist on like 5 videos I've made of it. There's also speaking of time-lapsed videos, there's also a time-lapse of me developing one of the areas of No Secret back in like October or November or something like that. So definitely check those out if you want to see more about this game. And there's also a website for the game. It's sites.google.com/view/no-secret-en, or the link will be in the description. And you can also, if you even use Twitter at this point, I very rarely post there, but if you want to follow me there, it's twitter.com/imf_yt_official. Again, links will be in the description. But I don't, like I said, I don't post there often, but I have posted there occasionally. But your best source of info about the game would either be my YouTube, my channel, or the website. So check those out. There's also a wiki as well if you want to check that out. There's not much on it, but there's a wiki as well, hosted on Fandom Powered by Wikia. So check that out. It's in the description as well if you want to. But that's about it for as far as like socials go for the game.